Here is the Crescendo Music Education Podcast, episode number 116. This podcast is being recorded on the lands of the Turrbal people. I acknowledge them as the traditional owners of the land and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. They were the first music makers on this land. Welcome to this Crescendo Music Education Podcast. Yay! It's another short one for you. I'd love to know if you're enjoying these shorter episodes. Give me a quick message on the socials. Let me know. I'm actually going to talk about these little dudes here. So those of you who are watching on YouTube, you will see it's a set of dice, just a container of dice. They're very pretty though. I love all the colours. What's the brand? Dot Dice. I don't know. That's them. I bought them at Edsco years ago. What did they cost me? $20. What I love about these, there's plenty there, so we've got enough for a class set. Like I said, I love the colours. Look at that. Pink, purple, blue. This doesn't make for good listening, does it, if you're not watching? Sorry about that. All right, I love these dice. So cool. All right, what do I use them for in my classroom? To be honest, not as often as I should. I don't use them as often as I should or as much as I should or could. So I plan to do even more. But gee, the kids get excited when I get them out. So for a start, you could use dice for games where you need the numbers 1 to 6. Games like Stuart Gillard's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who will be out? Fabulous. I can put a link. I'll put a link in the show notes, and I'm sure Deb and I spoke about this. It's in his Compound Capers book. So we'll put that link in for you. And then the dice just decides who's out. Now, I must admit, for that game, I tend to use an online dice. I just use the first one that pops up when I Google online dice. And I put in my, you can just add your 6-sided dice. You can add 2 dice. You can get 2 lots out at once. So I like that because it's nice and big, and I can even get kids to spin it for me because they like pressing that spin button. So it's another way to use dice, is to use an online dice. Very handy. But you can also use a little dice. Some of you might have a giant one. I used to have a giant one. Don't know where it's gone. So fun for games like that, elimination games or games where you need to do that. I've been using them lately with my board games. So they're available as a download for Crescendo members. There's 3 different downloads for the different levels of membership, and it practices rhythms. So they're board games, race around the world, race through the city, race through the jungle. They're all in different places, and it involves a couple of kids, 2, 3 or 4. I find that works better with 2, but some kids really like that social. Let's have up to 4. And they need a counter each and just 1 dice each. So 1 die each, I should say. That's why this whole big set comes in handy. So things like those board games, fabulous to make yourself, but there's so much work in them. That's why I'm recommending these board games that are there ready to download and print for Crescendo members. So any sort of board game like that, music board game. You could also do roll the dice to create type games. So there's another really good example here. I might open it as I am talking to you about it. On my website, there is a download for a dice game. It's just disappeared here at the moment. I'm just going to find it. I'll just pause you for a sec. Okay, I've got it. I'm back. Here we go. Roll the dice. So I'll put the link in the show notes for you in the read the episode. So there's a blank form, so you can use it for almost anything. There's one that's got letter names written next to each of the numbers so that you roll the dice, and if you get roll the die, that's singular, isn't it? If you roll the die and you get a 2, that's a D. So you would have a D as the next note in your composition. So you can have letter names. I've got C pentatonic and G pentatonic, and you can put in whatever you like, F pentatonic. You can also use solfa. It's just quite handy for pentatonic because you could have your do, re, mi, sol, la, do. Nice, just works really well. So you could have solfa. Also in that one that you can download, or you can make it up yourself on the whiteboard, is a little series of notes. Mi, re, do, re. That's number 2. And you can sing or write or play whatever you roll. Works really well. Then you could have rhythms next to each of the numbers, and whatever number you roll is the rhythm that you use. So there could be 4 beats of rhythm, 3 beats of rhythm, 2 beats of rhythm, 1 beat of rhythm. You could use compound. So there's all of that in that download for you, but naturally you don't have to do that. You can write the notes, or the numbers even, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then put next to those numbers whatever you like. So use your dice to create compositions. You could also do things like, which song are we going to sing next? Which game are we going to play next? All you need is the numbers 1 to 6, and beside them, the songs, rhymes, games, whatever it is that you would like to choose from. Like, what a great way to revise known repertoire. And suddenly it's a game. Oh, which one will we roll? Which one will we sing today? It's exactly the same as you saying, okay, everybody, we're going to do snail, snail. Well, they might get snail, snail. They might get bounce high, another so me la song. So put in the ones you want to practice and turn it into a game. So there's actually no end to activities that you can create using dice. Just think of 6 options, list them. You can have them pre-prepared, or should I just say prepared, in a Google Doc or PowerPoint, beautifully laid out, 1 to 6, and what the options are. Or you can do it quick and dirty, write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the whiteboard, and then scribble in what you want them to do. For example, dynamics. How shall we perform this next song? Write 6 options up on the board. Piano, forte, crescendo, whatever you're practicing, roll the dice. Let's perform that way. We have revised our dynamics and it's been fun. You could put an animal next to each number, and we're singing Old MacDonald's Farm with Preps. Which animal are we going to sing about now? Roll the dice. Lots of fun. It just adds that little bit of fun. Body percussion. Where shall we put the beat? Where shall we keep the rhythmic pattern? And you could have hands, knees, shoulders, all the different body percussion. Which instrument will we use today to keep the beat for Rocky Mountain? Whatever it is, and have the names of 6 of your percussion instruments in your classroom. So next time you want to add something to your lesson to practice, think about, could I give them 6 options and turn it into a dice activity? Lots of fun. I have not regretted buying my little coloured dice. Just another way that you can inject fun into your music classroom. Until next time, bye. As we know, laughter relieves stress. Don't lose sight of the funny side of life. Did you know that I told a joke during my last Zoom meeting? No one laughed at all. I guess that proves I'm not even remotely funny. Thank you so much for watching our Crescendo Music Education podcast. For more information about all things crescendo, including membership and music education resources, visit us at crescendo.com.au. Don't forget to like and subscribe.